Hello children, hope you all are fine. Right. So today let us go to the next lesson in the science subject, lesson number 4, that is sorting materials into groups. So here today you are going to learn how are you going to separate. Sorting is nothing but separating materials. So what are all the materials around us? What is a material first of all, and how are you going to separate it or sort it into groups? So how are you going to separate any material and put them into this belongs to this group, this belongs to this group, this material belongs to this group. So how are we going to sort it out? So that we are going to learn today in the chapter sorting materials into groups. So first of all let us see what are the things made up of. So we see so many things around us. Yes, so what do you mean by a thing? Yes children, thing means what? Thing is nothing but an object. Right? Now here I consider a chalk is an object, a book is an object, the board is an object, a table is an object, a chair is an object, the fan in the classroom is an object. Yes, at home, your dining table is an object. Whatever things are there around you, those are called as objects. In other words, we call them as things. Okay, so as you grow further, we need to change the terminology. You need to change the words. Okay, when you were small, like when you were studying in the class, say around the 3rd, 2nd, 4th and all, you would be using the word object. Okay, now you are into 6th grade. You have grown up a little, right? So, instead of the word object, we try to use the word thing. So, let us see, there are so many things around us. And these things, what are they made up of? We should know, right? Because we have to sort them and put them into groups. So we can see so many things around us. Suppose if I take an example of a pencil. Okay, what all we have in this pencil, children, can you name? Yeah, in this pencil is made up of generally wood. Yeah, it is the wood over here. And then you have a pencil lead. Yes, this lead which is there. Right. Now, if I take up a small knife, okay, your mommy will be always busy cutting the vegetables with a knife. Yes, we have, this is called as an object. It is called as a thing. Right. So, what is this knife made up of? It is made up of steel. Yeah. So, this sharp object which is used to cut, it is made up of steel. Okay, and then we need to hold it, right? Yeah, because steel is very sharp, we can't, your mummy hands would get cut off. So, to cover this hard steel, there is another material, another object. This is made up of plastic, right? So, this knife is made up of two things. One is the steel and the other one is the plastic. Now, we have a notebook. Right? What all we have in the notebook, children? It is the papers, what is present inside. Okay? And then you write with your pen. Okay? Pen means it's nothing but the ink what you use over there. Right? So, all this put together, we get the book. So, these are all the different things which are present around us. Now, let us see. Wood, steel, clay, all this graphite, plastic, paper, ink, all these are called as materials. Yes, children? Have you understood? All the things like wood, lead, steel, plastic, paper, ink, so on, many other things which are all around us. These are termed as, or they are called as materials. Okay? Now, these materials we have used to make different objects. we have used them to make different things. Am I right, children? We have used lead and wood to make, these are the two different materials, and these two materials are put together to make a thing or an object called pencil. Right? Now, the material like plastic and steel, they are put together to make an object or a thing called knife. So, all the things which are used to make up an object or a thing is called as a material. Right? Now, these materials can be divided into so many different things. Okay? Now, on to page number 34, children, you have a small table 4.1 saying that different objects are made from the same material, and they have given a small box. Example, steel. One part is material and the other one is objects made from the material. Now, for example, if it is steel, you need to write the objects that are made up of steel. That is knives, utensils, cars, buildings, bridges. Right? In the same manner, wood. Okay? With the material called wood, what are all the objects that are made from wood? You can imagine, right? Wood, we have got the chair, we have got the tables, we have got the dining tables. Yes, we have got the doors, windows. All these are made up of wood. So you need to write down over there. Plastic, cotton, paper and leather. So this small tabular form which is there on page number 34, 4.1, you need to fill it so that you will know what is the material which is used and what are all the objects which are coming under the material. Now again, this next, children, these materials or objects are classified into different kinds. Okay, now let us see what are all the different kinds of materials which are used. Now suppose if we take the example of a tumbler. You know what is a tumbler? Yes, small glass, steel glass, which is used to for you to drink. You drink milk early in the morning. Yes, your mama drinks a very beautiful tumbler of coffee. Yeah, small glass of coffee. So that is called as tumbler. Now this tumbler can be made of glass. It can be made of plastic. It can be made of thermocol. And it also can be made of paper or ceramic. So this object called tumbler or a thing called tumbler, we are going to use different types of material. We can use, yes, glass tumbler, which you have already seen. Yes, plastic. Generally when you have parties and all at home, a small gathering at home, then your mother would be serving the visitors or serving the people who have gathered with the plastic tumblers. Yes, and where you put some soft drinks like Coca-Cola, Thumbs Up and all. Right. Now thermocol cups, an activity which is done at school. Right. Suppose something has to be filled or some arrangement has to be done, then small paper cups are used, thermocol cups are also used, and paper cups are also used to do the activities. Yes, so these are the different types of materials that are used to prepare an object called as tumbler. So that is one small example. So like this, we have got different types of material which is a combination of all different types of objects. Okay, so basically we have to think about two things. The thing is, what we want to use the object and the property of the material. So, which object are we using and what is the material which is used in that particular object. So, that has to be taken care of. Now, the next part is how materials are alike. Now, we see so many materials around us, right? So, now you have got an idea what is material. It is nothing but an object which it is made up of some particular thing, that is called as a material. So here we have a glass as a material, plastic as a material, thermocol as a material, paper as a material, ceramic as a material, wood can be a material, right? So steel can be a material, iron can be a material. So all these are the materials which are used. Now, how do you say that all these materials are alike? Alike means same. So how are they same? Mainly we say that materials are same with two things. The first one is volume. So what is volume, children? Volume is nothing but an object if it is occupying some space, some place. It is called as a volume. So any object occupying some place, it is called as a volume. Now for this volume, I can give you one example. Now suppose you take a plastic glass, okay? Now you pour water into the glass. Now what we say, water is taking some place. That is, water is having some volume. Okay? So any object, if it is occupying some place, that is called as a volume. Now, the next important part which we should look in material is something called as mass. What is mass? If any object is having some weight, okay? Any object, if it is having some weight, it is called as mass. Okay, now even I write with a chalk. I say there is a mass for this chalk. Why? Because it is having some small weight which I can hold it. Yes, so it is having a mass. At the same time, I say this book has a mass. Why? Because it is having some weight which is very, very small and which I can hold. But if you give me 5 kg of weight onto my hand, I cannot hold because it is very, very heavy. That is called as mass. Okay, mass is nothing but which is having some weight, and volume is nothing but if it is occupying some place. Now if I put this chalk onto the book, it is occupying some space. Yes, to this area it is covering up. So I say this chalk has got a volume, this chalk also has some mass. Have you understood this, children? Then I tell this chalk is a material. Okay, now this book, if I put it on the table, it is occupying some place. Okay, I say this book has got a volume and this book has some weight. So, book is a material. In the same manner, this duster, okay, it is having some weight, means it is having some mass. Now, if I put this duster onto my hand, it is occupying some place on my hand, then I say it has some volume. So, this object which is having some weight and which is taking up some volume, I call this as material. Have you understood, children? Yes, in the same manner, knife also. Now, it is having some sort of weight, yes, which you can hold, which your mama can hold and cut the vegetables. At the same time, if I place it on the table or onto my hand, it is occupying some place. Yes, I can't put another object over there by the side because it is having, I have this knife onto my hand like this. So it is having some volume. So this object called a knife, it is having some weight as well as it is taking up some volume. I call this knife as a material. Have you understood now, children, what is a material? Yes, at the same time, In your home also, you have got good sofa sets, okay, chairs and tables. So, whatsoever object which are there around you. Yes, if it is an example of a sofa set. Yeah, a sofa, it is occupying some place in your hall. Okay, at the same time it is having some weight also. Yes, you can't lift the sofa with one finger. Is it possible? No. So two people need to hold the sofa, or one person need to hold it and move it to the other place. Means that sofa, an object, it is having some weight. And at the same time, if you place it in one corner of your hall, it is going to occupy some place. So, it has got some volume. So, an object called sofa, which is having both the volume as well as mass, it is called as a material. Hope you have understood what a material is, children. Right, let's move on. So these materials, we group them. That is nothing but we sort them according to the mass and according to the volume. So whenever you take up any material, the two important thing which you have to consider is the mass and the volume. Now let us see what is a matter. Right? Hope you have understood till here, children. Right. Now another important subtopic what we have is matter. What is matter? A matter is nothing but anything which is occupying some place and having some weight is called as a matter. In other words, I can say that anything that occupies space and has mass is called matter. Yes, children? So, matter is nothing but anything. It can be any object. It can be any material that is occupying some space and has some weight. It is called as matter. So, till now, what did we learn? We learned what do you mean by a material and what do you mean by matter. Right? Clear about this? So, matter is nothing but any object or anything which is having some space, which is occupying some space and which is having some mass is called as a matter. Now let us see some example. In our human body only, we have got bones, we have got flesh. Yes, so even the bones, the flesh, everything comes under matter. Why, children, can you tell me? How do we consider that bones, flesh is a matter? This is because, now, if you take out the bones and if you can weigh it, right? You can hold it. It is of little weight. And if you put it on any table or on your plate, if you eat any chicken, very good example. When you eat chicken, right? You have got the leg bones. Yes, so that leg bones, it has got some weight, very, very light weight, which you can hold, which you can eat, right? And if you put it on your plate, it is occupying some place. Yes, so bones come under matter. Clear, children? Now, flesh. Say for example, outside the chicken bones, there are flesh which is covered the bones. Yes, so that flesh, you can take it out. That flesh has some weight and that flesh has some it has also some volume. It will occupy some space. Okay, even flesh can be considered as a matter. Okay, is this clear, children? And what are all the clothes we are wearing, right? Even the clothes what we put on, it has also got some weight and it has also got some place, because your mother will set all your clothes in the almirah, right? So when she puts them in the almirah, it is occupying some place and it has also got some weight. So whatever clothes we are wearing also comes under matter. And the food we eat, what all the different types of curries. Because your mother goes to market, she buys vegetable, she says, Bhaiya, give me 1 kg of tomato. She will not say, Arey bhai, I'll take all this and go. Right? So, there it is weight measured. It has got some weight. And the vegetable seller will weigh the vegetables using a balance. So, vegetables has got some mass, vegetables has got some weight or volume also, and what all food we are eating, everything is counted in mass and volume. So, what are all the different varieties of food we eat, it also comes under matter. Clear, children? Now, the water what you drink, the air what we breathe, all the things are matter. Because your mama would be saying, you should drink 2 liters of water every day. Means what? 2 liters. That is the measurement. That is the mass of the water. And you drink it by using your tumbler, your glass or your water bottle. It is occupying some place over there. So that also becomes matter. And air, we are breathing in the air. It is going inside our lungs. It has got some weight. Yes, and it is occupying the area of our lungs. It has got some volume. So, even the air what we breathe is also a matter. So, all the things that are surrounding us, all the things what we do are nothing but the matter. All the matters are around us. Now, let us see. We talk about materials, we talk about matter, but let us see what is this matter made up of. Okay. So many matter around us, so many things around us, but we should also know how it is made. It is very, very important, right? So, let us see